Seamus Hayes, renowned journalist here. You've been coming here for many years. Today is Easter Sunday. We expected a rising, but we didn't expect a rising quite like what Clare did in that second half.
We certainly didn't expect it at half time. We were so far behind, and Cork looked so sharp in the opening half. Their touch was superb, and we could have been a bit more behind. Maybe Cork felt that they had a goal or two chances that they didn't capitalise on. But they changed the turnaround in the second half. It was absolutely remarkable.
Yeah.
The first 5 minutes of the second half, Clare landed 2-1, and you could see the way the whole place lifted. The crowd lifted, they got behind them, maybe better than they had been behind them in the first half. And even though while Cork responded with a couple of points, then the belief was clearly within the Clare lads at that stage, and they were buzzing. And in the end, they could be considered unlucky not to have won the game.
Yeah, for most of the half time, I was just saying if we could get some bit of a performance in the second half and bring the score back a bit, and go die with our boots on, sort of was my feeling even into the second half. But I couldn't have foreseen what happened. Peter Duggan was instrumental there, and he got an awful lot of credit there in the full forward.
He caused havoc inside the square in front of the Cork goalmouth. The ball, he fielded balls broke off him, scores came off him, he was fouled, he was unlucky maybe not to get some scores.
Yeah.
He got a great goal. He even with one hand being held, he was doing one-handed hurling, and which is superb at. And he really drove it on, and fellas around the field started believing in it, started coming into it. Adam Hogan started coming forward on a few runs there, and it was super, it was absolutely superb.
Yeah, Conor Dean came out with the ball. You could name any amount of them that they, when they saw that they could, the line was there for them. They really spurred it on. Then they got the 6 minutes of extra time. That's when they really hurled, and we're actually winning on full time.
They certainly were. The final quarter, Clare were the better team, and the 6 minutes was expected because there'd been 2 long delays, in fairness, between injuries and a few off the ball incidents, and the referee talking to his linesman and checking things out. And I suppose Cork were disappointed with the sending off as well. Obviously, being a man down, with the way Clare were coming at them wasn't the way they would have seen the game. But Clare have to part this now. A lot of people are gone home celebrating as if it was a win. Clare have to part this. They're going to Waterford next weekend. First outing for Waterford in Waterford. It's going to be tough.
That was a fierce battle physically. There was battles all over the pitch. It's going to take some recovery to be ready for Walsh Park.
It is, but they're in great shape. These lads have a high degree of fitness behind them for the last couple of years. So I suppose that told as well. And they'll recover. They're serious players. They'll go. They'll have ice baths. They'll whatever is needed, and they'll probably just meet quietly this week.
Yeah.
Just have a puck around, because there's nothing you can do, only just kind of make sure you don't get a bad start again next week, and that you come back and be strong.
On the banner.
Yeah, I didn't. Marty Morrissey's just passed out there, but I felt there that the media didn't do Clare. They probably did them a big favour, but they seem to have written Clare off ever since they won the All-Ireland. They haven't given them the credit that's due to them, and I think they'll have to backtrack tonight for certain.
Well, it's for the past week. I don't know since they won the All-Ireland, but for the past week, Cork were odds-on favourites in all media outlets, and the bookies, the bookies had them hot favourites, and bookies were even paying out ahead of the game. I believe, I'm not a regular bookie visitor, but they were paying out ahead of the game, which you don't do that to All-Ireland champions. They seem to put a lot of emphasis on the league game here a few weeks ago. And Clare had a poor league. They were missing a lot of players. They tried out a lot of new players, but it was the tried and trusted that stood to them today when they needed them, and they showed all their vast experience.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to look forward to next Sunday and going down with renewed vigour again, and they're really in pole position now almost. So I know they only got a point, but they're in a great position now to get to be in the top 3.
Well, they're in a great position, but you'll probably have the situation now where they'll be seen as odds-on favourites going to Waterford next week. That's a dangerous position to be in as well. And every game is tough in Munster. that's the way it has come for the last couple of years. It's a championship that everybody believes that they can progress in. So it's going to. There's a long road there yet, and a lot of games to be played.
And a lot of games. This Munster Championship just keeps giving again today. It's unbelievable second half. Credit to Cork as well. You have to say they really came with a game here in that first half. You have to give them great credit as well.
Certainly have. But for now, Clare can celebrate and relax.
So we'll go and watch Tip and Limerick.
Go home and watch the rest of Tip and Limerick. Yeah.
Thanks a million, Seamus.
Right.
Thanks.
Okay.